What's the badass thing a friend has done to help you? My friend Marcus saved me from the worst year of my life without me even knowing he was doing it. I was stuck living with my girlfriend Natalie, who seemed perfect to everyone else. She was funny and charming when people were around, always cracking jokes and making everyone laugh at parties. But the second we got home, she turned into someone completely different. Natalie would scream at me for leaving dishes in the sink for 5 minutes. She threw my PlayStation controller at the wall because I didn't pause my game fast enough when she wanted to talk. One time she locked me outside in February because I forgot to pick up milk on the way home. I stood there in a t-shirt and jeans for 3 hours until she let me back in. But the worst part wasn't even the screaming or throwing things. Natalie had put cameras everywhere in our apartment, little hidden ones she bought online. She told me it was for security, but she used them to watch everything I did. If I checked my phone while she was at work, she'd come home asking who I was texting. If I cried after she yelled at me, she'd mock me later for being a baby. The cameras weren't even the worst part, though. She had videos of us together, private stuff, stored on her computer. Anytime I tried to leave or threatened to break up with her, she'd remind me about those videos. She said she'd send them to my boss, my parents, everyone I knew if I ever left her. I felt completely trapped. I couldn't tell anyone because who would believe me? Natalie worked at an elementary school and everyone loved her. She volunteered at animal shelters on weekends. To the outside world, she was this amazing person and I was the lucky guy dating her. One day I completely broke down. I was having a panic attack in my car after work, hyperventilating and crying, when my old college roommate Marcus called. Marcus was this quiet tech guy who never talked much about feelings or personal stuff, but something about his calm voice made me spill everything. I told him about the cameras, the threats, the videos, all of it. Marcus just listened. He didn't tell me to leave her or ask why I stayed. He just said he was sorry I was going through that. A week later, he asked if he could come over to hang out and have some beers. Natalie was at her sister's place that night, so I said sure. While we were drinking, Marcus asked if he could use my laptop to check something for work. I thought nothing of it and handed it over. He spent maybe 20 minutes typing while we talked about other stuff. I figured he was just checking emails or whatever, but I realize now that Marcus was doing something way more important. Over the next month, Marcus started asking me weird technical questions, like what router we used for internet, or if Natalie ever left her laptop open. I thought he was just making conversation, but Marcus was actually taking apart Natalie's entire digital setup piece by piece. Turns out Natalie was using cheap spyware she bought online. She wasn't some tech genius, just a control freak who found easy software and thought she was clever. Marcus traced everything back to her personal cloud account where she stored all the footage. He found login information, account details, even the receipts for when she bought the spy cameras. But Marcus didn't just find the evidence. He gathered screenshots of every threatening text she sent me. He saved recordings of her screaming that the cameras had picked up. He documented everything for weeks, building this massive file of proof. And then he did something incredible. Marcus wiped the cloud folder where she kept those videos she used to threaten me. Just deleted everything. All her blackmail material was gone, but he made sure to save copies of all the evidence against her first. The next week, Marcus sent an anonymous package to Natalie's elementary school. It contained printed screenshots of her surveillance setup and examples of her threatening messages to me. He included a note explaining that this person worked with children and was using hidden cameras to stalk her boyfriend. Natalie got fired immediately. The school board saw that evidence and terminated her the same day. They couldn't have someone working with kids who was using spy cameras and making threats.